Hello, this is Malcolm Rose, and in keeping with my Bloatcrawl showcases, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you a Felid Mummy that actually wins. Now, you may or may not have already seen my first video, where I essentially died a whole lot on several Felid Mummies and demonstrated that it's kind of a crapshoot to get one off the ground. However, once you get one off the ground, it really doesn't play all that differently from a Felid, just a slightly weaker Felid. Or I guess I should say much weaker Felid. You know, once you get some spells, once you get some allies, which I've acquired through Redelimnul, I guess you would pronounce it that way. I just call him Red. But in any event, it's a pretty strong character, you know, for what it is, which is probably the crappiest race imaginable. We have awesome resistances, mainly on account of this ring. Arlec, RF+++, and then some unfortunate stuff like Strength -5, but we get some dex from it. Strength doesn't really matter because I'm not meleeing. This was a huge, huge thing to find for Zot. We have pretty good MR, just slightly less than what we would need to be immune to Ancient Liches. Of course, we actually have RC as well, because as I mentioned, we get the Mummy RC. We're immune to Torment. You know, we're not going to have a very smooth Zot, but it's much smoother than it could be. As I mentioned, we're worshipping Red. We have a Profane Servitor, a Bone Dragon, another Profane Servitor, and I actually have Mara as a Spectral Rakshasa. Rakshasa, I guess you would say it that way. Our skills are pretty good. I actually have the ability to cast Spellforge Servitor, and I have Iron Shot. So we can kill Orbs of Fire. And I'm wearing Guardian Spirit, so my extremely low hit points is slightly less crappy. All in all, we've got a pretty good character, you know, such as it is for a Felid Mummy. I didn't really record anything between, or rather before now, because it just seemed like, well, you've already seen the beginning of the game, you know, because it's pretty much the same thing over and over, just the same very tedious and careful strategies until the game just kind of gives way. The mid-game is really not that interesting because it's basically just the same as playing any other really, really squishy kind of mage type. But I do think just for posterity it's going to be interesting to make a video of the Zot and the Ascent for this character. So these are our spells. Let's see if we can do this without losing. It's gonna be interesting. So unsurprisingly, I'm using BVC on this character. But bear in mind, I wasn't able to go stat form because I'm considered undead. Actually, I need to check something. Oh, there is one glitch I found, and we're inadvertently going to have to abuse it. Very minor, I wouldn't even really call it a glitch. Let's leave for a sec. Mara making copies of that cob for me. There was a trove. This character's done 4 runes, I don't know if I mentioned that. The ones you would expect, Vault, Slime, and then the 2 Lair. And while I was in Vaults, I discovered, and this is the glitch I'm talking about, 20 potions of curing required for the trove. It's not supposed to give you things like this, because I can't use potions of curing, so it was a useless item that I'm trading. I still had to collect the 20, so I don't really consider it to be that bad, or a problem. Looks like we got books. I like that. Annual Evocations. Mana Viper. Poem Prism. Haunt, that's huge. Charms, that's good. A lot of nice stuff in here. No Malign Gateway or anything, but still quite nice. We could actually use the Mana Vipers, and we could use Haunt as well. I don't know if you got a good look at my skills, but I'm quite good at summoning and I'm quite good at necromancy. That's good stuff. We're going to get rid of airstrike. Because anything that would be airstriking, we'd rather haunt now. Mammal goes away. Thankfully, we found a ton of amnesia in this game. I kind of wish I had filmed the whole thing, but it was just very long and tedious, and I don't know if it would have been interesting anyway, and I didn't have it in me to do commentary for a game like this, but I did end up deciding I had to get one of these under my belt because it's just such a ridiculous challenge, you know. Okay, we got haunt. How about infestation? 65%. Eh. Is there anything else I can get rid of? I suppose I could get rid of LRD. Yeah. This way, when I use Spellforge Servitor, it'll only be iron shotting, so that's nice. And of course, we can get rid of Passage, because we can't even use it in Zot. Vampiric Drain we'll keep. Is there anything else we want to grab here? I think we want Summon Forest. It's too bad we can't cast Crystal Spear, but it's a little too short range for me anyway. I mean, I'd really like to be able to use Infestation, but I don't think that's going to happen this game. Not unless I went and farmed experience somewhere, and this character's already been to Crypts and done 4 runes, so there's really nowhere safe to be. We'll just keep getting summoning and conjurations and get that servitor online. I wouldn't say that it's required here or anything, but it's going to be nice to have. I mean, anything that lets this character be far away from orbs of fire. I wonder if I think it's level 26 where I get another spell enhancer. That'll be nice. We do want to get that. I mean, I will go to hell and I will farm up levels if I have to get to that. In fact, I'm tempted to do that just so I can ascend to level 27, because the extra hit points will be nice to have, even if it's small. Oh, D-missiles dropped. Well, we don't really want to be constricted. Whew. A lot of ranged attacks. I mean, you gotta be so aware. It looks like this character is really strong now. Well, not really strong, but it looks like this character is survivable because he has over 100 hit points, but for the vast majority of the game, this character was very low. And even now, you know, if I didn't have Guardian Spirit, I'd be really concerned to be in here with this many hit points. And this is, by the way, with 20 fighting skill. So, you know, I'm no slouch on fighting, and yet I only have, like, sprickin' hit points, you know, or less, actually. See if we can get as much BVC action as possible so we can get more experience from these. You know, the more damage we do to them, the less our allies do. That's one of the reasons I'm so underleveled despite doing so much of the game. If I hadn't used a single summon, I would very easily be level 27 by now. Whoo boy, we're taking damage from Smite. From that Stormcaller right there, who should die to BVC pretty soon, if not next turn. Come on. There we go. It's just a matter of keeping this stuff away from me, you know. Why don't we, wow, do I not? I do have lamp. Okay, let's use lamp. Why don't we just let the fire deal with this? I have a ton of wand charges. Seems silly not to use them. Let's take summonings a little higher. Spellforge still 14% fail and red. Can die pretty fast to cobs on this guy. The other thing about this character is, you know, you see the hit points and you think he's reasonably survivable, but look at the AC. That is a nice big fat 0. That is correct. A Felid Mummy will always have 0 hit points, or excuse me, 0 AC. Unless you cast Oz Armor. We can get 8 on this character. Probably a little more if I trained up Ice and Charms more, but who wants to do that? Or you could wear a Ring of AC, but that's not really what we're doing. Wouldn't make a whole lot of sense on this guy because we have that really excellent RF+++ ring, and we have MR+, which unfortunately we still kind of need in case we run into a Lich. So you're just in a situation where this is not the... It's not the right choice to wear an AC ring, even if I had a good one, which I don't. I think I found +2 and that was it. And without GDR, it's kind of an exercise in futility anyway, since every attack could just ignore your AC. A lot of people try to say that GDR is like not something you should pay attention to, but I mean, to some degree, they're right. If you're making armor decisions based on GDR, I would say you're probably making a mistake. No, this is ugly. Let's get out of here. Berserk stuff, not so good. Well, this is also kind of ugly. The electric golem is unaffected. I can't. Forgot he's made of energy. You can't do that. Let's haunt him. And let's haunt the toe as well. Let's just let our allies do what our allies are good for. I'll use some of this acid. I'd rather not get perma confused here, but this should be okay. I could dig out, but I think that with a bit of stair dancing, we can make this floor work, even if it is kind of miserable. There's our Iron Shot servitor. Wow, he's just coming forward anyway. I hit him with the field because I wanted him not to, you know, I wanted him not to come forward, at least for a turn. Alright, acid got him. I'll just keep using acid. This is fine. Man, Servitor's really putting in some work. Alright. Conjurations is 12. Servitor down to 11% fail. Just train summonings now to 15. Servitor, you know, I like to talk bad about Servitor because it's like sort of unreliable, since sometimes he just decides not to cast anything and he doesn't have a regular attack, so... Oh, dude, is that a Halo? No, it's not. It's just not an Umbra. Got confused for a second there. Anyway, this is going pretty smoothly, despite the fact that we got this sort of vaguely awkward open floor here. Did I just fail to haunt? Did I miscast? No, I got him. It's just, I can't see him. Let's make a servitor. BVC these in a nice little pile. Very convenient configuration of enemies for that. Let's wait a couple turns and BVC it again. I waited because I was low on mana, and I wanted to tag more of them, you know, when it had worn off. It's a shame, because as soon as we find an Orb of Fire, we might lose, like, the entire army, but for now, this is really awesome. By the way, we should be magic mapping this. Just Iron Shot this dude. You may not have noticed, but I do have Iron Shot. Wow. I'm gonna bring my buddies back for this. This is getting bad. Oh, right, I can't, there's a glitch right now where you can't use, for some reason, and I couldn't really tell you why, you cannot use recall while you're, you can't use BVC while you're recalling on your Adam Mule. It takes away your BVC. And it's something I noticed, and it's really annoying on this character in particular, because there are times when I want to be able to BVC things while I'm calling in my reinforcements, but it's just something I need to be aware of until they fix it. And that's actually in the main game, not just Bloatcrawl, because this is a fork of the main game, and it's something I guess I'm the first one to have discovered, which is kind of funny, because BVC's been in the game for a while, but I suppose when people worship Red Mule, they don't usually go necromancy. Yeah, look how wide open this floor was. That was potentially very ugly. Yeah, there's a +4 protection. Okay, let's go down. We got summonings to 15. Putting Spellforge Servitor at 9%. I don't know, man. I think we maybe we just train summonings to 20, you know? Because we're getting spell power on Haunt and Spellforge Servitor and castability a bit slower than if we were chaining Necromancy or Conjuration respectively. But we get them at the same time. Berserk Golden Dragon is no joke, but our allies are basically taking care of it. Combined with BVC, which conveniently nukes the hell out of their evasion. Whew, we're slowed. See how quickly things can turn south with this Cobb and my 0 AC. Of course, I wouldn't be taking these kinds of risks if I didn't know that I had allies to retreat into, you know. Okay, we're almost there. Oh. Elevator vault. Well, we don't actually want to use the elevator vault. Let's leave the elevator vault. A bit dangerous, actually. Even 1 versus 1 versus one of those guys. We'll break into that thing. Okay. Well, we're just about to level 26. Looking forward to that spell power boost on all my necromancy on account of being a mummy. Or I guess I should say a Felid Mummy. Still got one. I mean, we've already got 1 spell power boost, but it'll be nice to have another. Nice. Well, this is an interesting vault. Let's summon forest. I see there's trees all over the place. We might as well make some good use of that. This is cute. The dryad's gonna die really quickly, probably. I don't even think they're resistant to poison. Let's put D-missile back up. It's dropped. Wow, I'm honestly shocked. Oh wow. If Draconian's already being constricted, you cannot BVC it. That's interesting. That's good to know. But yeah, I'm shocked my Dryad's still alive. This is kind of neat. Let's make a hole. Whoa! What kind of damage am I taking here? It's Caslel Smite. He's not screwing around anymore. I'll let my buddies deal with this. Attack, please. walk away if need be. Okay, he's dead. Now for the other one. Wow. Getting a little wrecked. I think it's about time to leave. I wish I could have regen, you know. But my dudes are fighting semi-off screen. That's good. I think everything's dead. Yeah, everything's dead. Hello, ring? Nothing that I'm interested in. MR minus, no thanks. Nice. Alright, it's time. And by the way, we're level 26. Strongly in touch with the powers of death. I'm gonna play it risky. And I am not gonna get that last level. It's okay. We're gonna win. We can do this. Alright. Okay, let's not get teleport trapped into the vault. That would pretty much ruin everything, probably, but outside of that, I think we're okay. You know, if that doesn't happen. Even then, we would stand a pretty good shot. Okay, let's not be in melee with one of these dudes. I could be doing the whole trick where you exclude a bunch and look for traps. Cannot be bothered. We will do this though, where we auto-explore a bit. Maybe 5 times or so. Just to clear out the vault a bit. Whew, he is corrosive bolt. I tell you, we don't want to get corrosive bolted. Oh, yeah, he killed my servitor. Did he kill my other servitor? Oh, I sure hope not. Bro. Well, we've got... Oh, wait, no, he's alive. Okay. So we only lost one servitor. Still not good, but... Could be worse. It's okay. We've still got Mara. We got a bone dragon. The bone dragon's huge for the orb run. If we can keep him alive... You know, if we get a lucky enough Zot where there's only like 1 or 2 orbs of fire. Okay, here's our boy. Let's create that so we can't get fireballed. Let's pop on Ring of Fire resistance, so we're as resistant as we can get. Haunt him. Take a step. Not good. I'm gonna let the bone dragon handle it. Take a step. This way I can only get bolted Missile, demissile dropped, so let's put demissile back up. Let's just let my friends handle this. It should be okay. He's slowed. Haunt alone does this, but with a boner dragon helping. Did I just say boner dragon? I didn't mean to do that. It wasn't actually an intentional joke. Although I do type that a lot. Yeah, bone dragon. Bone dragon helping. Definitely not a boner dragon. Okay. So that's one orb of fire down. I'm confirmed for 5 years old, I guess. My sense of humor there. This is what I should have done with that other guy, is I should have haunted him to death right off the bat. But that's why I'm down one profane servitor. You know, there must be a lot of teleport traps because we keep running into stuff. Okay, that's another lich. I like how when Mara clones it, it comes in with BBC on it. Okay, this is good. This is good. I think it's time to start. Ooh, let's not be next to him. Oh. Zot trap. Come on, don't do this to me. Oh. Le double trapped Zot 5. XD. Oh, that's brutal. No minus Tala items. Can we get Shatter online? 99%? Ah. That would definitely make my life easier if I had Shatter online. Oh, by the way, I haven't been using Servitor, but we do have it online. Jesus, this is not good. There's a way around this. I can blink through. Oh my god. Zot trap in front. There's a Zot trap in front of the teleport trap. That's certainly something. Okay, so we put the spire on the trap so I can blink through without landing on the trap, without risking landing on the trap. That's the real ultimate man strategy right there. Because believe it or not, it is possible to blink right on top of a Zot trap. I can't tell you that I think that's good, but then again, I advocate for the entire removal of Zot traps, so that's my take on the whole situation. Okay. Okay. By the way, I've been walking around with RF Plus on and not MR Plus, which is a bit dangerous. But in this case, it's good, because we got another Orb of Fire. 2 of them, in fact. Okay, double haunted the bottom one, and single haunted the top one. But this is a problem, potentially, because we don't have any mana left, so I cannot keep haunting. So the real question is, do I want to go for it? And the answer is kind of. Jeez. There's nothing between me and him. And there's this dang killer clown next to me, but I don't want to teleport. Teleporting could be horrible. So I think we're gonna... Well, that sucks. I used summoning and I ended up with nothing, basically. Let's try again. We're very hurt. We're getting hurt. That's better. Could be worse. Bro, you're slow. Leave me alone. Okay. Okay, dead. Good. Can you send? No, you can't. What can I do that... What can I summon that sees invisible? Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I just had the coolest idea. I'm gonna phantom these guys a couple of times, and then it'll look at the orb of the fire, and the orb of fire won't cast stuff. That may be the hottest new tech I've ever thought of. I didn't even... I'm remembering that for the future. That's big baller, that's like Galaxy Brain. That's Galaxy Brain strategies right there. I gotta remember that one. Wow. Alright, so the army, despite having to fight 2 orbs of fire at once, is not all that diminished. We still have the Mara Spectre. For a while I had a Moon Troll Spectre, because we got Moon Base. That was pretty cool. By the way, we're training evocations because we got a manual. Not much experience left, but we do have a sack of spiders, and that could potentially save me on the orb run, so, you know, may as well make the best of it, you know. Alright, so we are hoping for no more orbs of fire. I'm gonna clear. Because, I mean, due to the layout, due to the layout of Zot 5, I'm essentially forced into a situation where I've got to teleport, or just not get out of here in a reasonable span of time. But it's looking like there's no more orbs of fire. What happened? We got Zot trapped. Thankfully it was an easy trap. Yes. Alright. No more orbs of fire to deal with. That's a good feel. Alright, so no potions, unfortunately. Let's pop MR Plus back on. Stop being crazy with that. I wish we could use haste or something, you know. That would really make this character less terrifying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Grab. Okay, that was not a good teleport. Let's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, that was a good teleport trap. Let's use another teleport to become stable. You feel more experienced. My dudes are fighting stuff off screen. Okay. So, unfortunately, we got a Panlord, and we're still in Zot, which really sucks. However, we're right next to a staircase. Let's take this nice and slow. He is very fast. I think the right move here is going to be to call down some allies. First thing. And hopefully he won't do anything too crazy. Dig. Walk. Walk. Please no glaciate. Walk, walk, walk. Good. Why are you trying to take me to... It's trying to take me into hell. Okay, well that's dumb. I swear I hit D0, I did not hit H. Okay, so from now on I'm just going up to the next floor. Okay, we're back in depths 3. Now, this kind of blows. Why don't we teleport? At least we got a lot of zombies on this floor. Wow, what a teleport. At this point, it might take me further away. Oh, nope, that's good. I'll take it. Just walk away from the orange demon. Walk away from the crimson, or rather the white imp. Smoke demon, that's fine. Ice Fiend. Not terrible. We are RC+, we're D-Missile, and of course immune to Torment on account of being undead. And that means that these guys are not really a big deal, but with that said, I don't want to take the risk. It looks like I'm fine. Never mind, I was gonna summon stuff, but... Let's just go up, one floor at a time. Oh, a little friend here. Haha! Second Panlord, but we're right on a staircase. That always feels really good when you can just say, nah, no thanks. Not today, friend. I'm taking the time to recall. I know that I don't need to be worried about tormentors, but you know, if there's something that's either faster than me or in my way, I may as well recall my Red on Mule guys. And this is why, if you're worshipping Red on Mule, or Biog for that matter, save your minions. You know? Don't let them die to Orbs of Fire, because they're very useful in the Orb Run to block things. You know, a lot of hit points between you and the enemy is very nice. Let's just walk. Whoa, okay, we're right on the staircase. Alright, before I ascend, I want to say one thing, which is, I've decided, my headcanon, is the reason you get the orb. I got the orb, so my Felid will become alive again. That's how it works, really. Yeah, so I was joking that that's the reason the Felid Mummy went into the dungeon, is the orb is magic, and it makes him not a mummy anymore. But yeah, that was as you can imagine, one of the harder games I've ever played. I mean, that's you need to have a very strong understanding of how this game works, I would say, inside and out, to be able to win something like a Felid Mummy Deprived. Um, then again, I mean, I still want to say that it's not really what Bloatcrawl is about. You know, like it's not just like retardedly difficult challenges. There's a lot of really interesting species in there. So definitely look at some of the other videos in the series because you know, some of them, a lot of them, in fact, are really entertaining in ways that mainline crawl hasn't been for a while. Just because they're, I mean, a lot of it, it was almost a good thing that it was largely treated as a joke. I think when it was being developed, things like Profound Elf, you know, is obviously humorous, but it kind of let the guy who made it, Helmonk, I think it encouraged him by treating it like a joke. It encouraged him to go in directions that were genuinely entertaining because they were so out there. I mean, you wouldn't expect a species like Profound Elf at first glance. You wouldn't expect that to be entertaining to play because it seems like it would be really weak. But just the raw power. But I mean, I'll have a video out soon if I don't already. By the time I post this, about that particular species and some others from Bloatcrawl. So definitely check it out. It's fun stuff. But hopefully you enjoyed this ascent. Until next time, I am signing out.